October 1st, 1962 is a day I'll always remember. I was 36 years old, taking my place as host of America's most popular late-night program, The Tonight Show.
From New York, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. Johnny's guests tonight are Joan Crawford, Rudy Valley, Tony Bennett, Mel Brooks, the Phoenix Singers, Skitch Henderson with the NBC Orchestra, and me. I'm Ed McMahon. Right now, let's welcome the fellow you waited 6 months to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This is kind of an emotional thing for me because I've known about this show for a long time. And the newspapers and the magazines, and I've probably been interviewed 150 times in the last 9 months since I've known about this. As I say, you work up to it. We come over here this afternoon. We meet the guests that are on the show. And you get kind of charged up. I don't mean to be maudlin about it. But I know that tonight a lot of people, a lot of my friends are watching all over the country. And I only have one feeling as I stand here knowing that so many people are watching. I want my man.
Well, I made it through that first night with the help of Groucho Marx, Rudy Valley, Joan Crawford, Tony Bennett, and Mel Brooks. I could never have imagined I would walk through that curtain almost 5,000 times in 30 years.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
And now, here's Johnny!
Thank you. That is very kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I love you too. We are around this studio so emotionally high from last night's show. We have not come down yet, and I want to thank Robin Williams and Bette Midler for last night for giving us an extra closing show. They were absolutely sensational. This show tonight is our farewell show. It's going to be a little bit wider. It's not going to be a performance show. And one of the questions that people have asked me, especially last month, is what's it like doing the Tonight Show? And what has it meant to me? Well, let me try to explain it. I could magically, somehow, that tape you just saw, make it run backwards. I'd like to do the whole thing all over again. It has been just a hell of a lot of fun. As an entertainer, it's been the great experience in my life, and I cannot imagine finding something after I leave tonight in television that would give me as much joy and pleasure and a sense of exhilaration as this show has given me. It's just very hard to explain. Now, we don't want the show to be mawkish. It's a farewell show. There's a certain sadness among the staff here, a little melancholy. But look on the bright side. You won't have to read or see one more story about my leaving this show. I mean, the press coverage has been absolutely tremendous, and we are very grateful. But my God, I mean, the Soviet Union's didn't get this kind of publicity. The press has been very decent and honest with me, and I thank them for that, and that's about it. The greatest accolade, though, I think I received today. GE named me Employee of the Month. And God knows that was a dream come true. I don't like saying goodbye. Farewell shows are a little awkward, and I really thought about this, no joke. I thought, God, wouldn't it be funny, I thought, instead of showing up tonight, put on a rerun. NBC did not find that funny at all. Next question I get is what are you going to do? Well, I really had not made any plans, but the events of this last week have helped me make a decision. I'm going to join the cast of Murphy Brown and become a surrogate father to that kid. I think that is the least I can do for wholesome family values. Now, during the run of the show, there have been 7 different United States presidents, and thankfully for comedy, there have been 8 vice presidents of the United States. Now, I know I've made a lot of jokes at the expense of Dan Quayle, but I really want to thank him tonight for making my final week so fruitful. Here is an interesting statistic that may stun you. When we started the show October 1, 1962, the total population of the Earth was 3,100,000,000 people. This summer, it is 5,500,000,000 people, which is a net increase of 2,400,000,000 people, which should give us some cause. More amazing statistic is that half of those 2,400,000,000 people will soon have their own late-night TV show. Now, originally NBC came and says, you know what we'd like you to do in the final show? We'd like to do a 2-hour primetime special with a lot of celebrities and a star-studded audience. And I said, well, I'd really prefer to end like we started, rather quietly, in our same time slot, in front of our same shabby little set. It is rather shabby. We offered it to a homeless shelter, and they said, no, thank you. I am taking the applause sign home, putting it in the bedroom. Maybe once a week, just turn it on. But we do have a VPI audience, a VPI audience. We should have had that, too. What we did, I asked members of the staff and the crew to invite their family relatives, their friends to come tonight, and they did. We've had some other invited guests. My family is here tonight, my wife, Alex, my 2 sons, Chris and Corey, my brother Dick, my sister Catherine, and a sprinkling of nephews and nieces. And I realize that being an offspring of somebody who is constantly in the public eye is not easy. So, guys, I want you to know I love you, and I hope your old man hasn't caused you too much discomfort. It would have been a perfect evening if their brother Rick could have been here with us. But I guess life does what it's supposed to do, and you accept it and go on. Now, about tonight's show. This is really not a performance show. This is kind of a look back, a retrospective. We're going to show you some moments in time, some images of the many people, and there have been some 23,000 people. We're going to show you a little excerpt of the way this show is put together. So go more cheese dip. We'll be back in just a moment. Thank you for coming. As I mentioned, over the past 30 years, we have had some 24,000 guests on this show, from every profession, actors, comedians, singers, dancers, politicians, writers, and so forth. What we have tonight are just little images. We picked these things out just to show you. These are not long sketches like we do on our anniversary show. We just wanted to give you a sense of some of the foolishness that has happened on this show in the past 30 years.
Well, first, let me tell your assets. You're young, 42, right?
Right.
You come over on television like gangbusters. And boy, I'm the expert on how important that is.
You're not going to lend me your makeup man, are you?
I'm not going to lend him to Lyndon Johnson.
I'm so delighted to see you because I ride up and down on my building every day in the elevator, and I see a man that says he's Johnny Carson. So it's great to see you finally.
It's not really.
In addition to that, who are you? This is even more important.
Carol Andreessen.
You're Joanne who?
Carol Andreessen.
Carol Andreessen. You're two different girls?
Yes.
Say the secret word and Groucho will come to your house.
I see. My dressing room isn't good enough for her.
See a doctor. I've got to see a doctor cause there's something wrong with me. What can it be? What can it be?
Oh, maybe I told you this. I used to fight. Did you know that in the Navy? I used to box. You're choked up about that, aren't you? I did. I weighed 140. That would make me what? A
welterweight, I think.
welterweight. And I had about 9 fights in the Navy.
Is that right? Well, you must have been pretty good because I don't see no marks on you. Nothing.
Well, I don't see many marks on you either.
Well, I am pretty good.
Yeah. Is this water you're having?
No, that's wine.
I thought you never drink. We've been out together. You hardly ever have.
I hate all liquor and I hate wine. But I don't know. I think I was a little bit nervous. And I thought wine would fix me up. You know, I'm always so nervous. Right now, I'm a wreck.
It's very reassuring in a way to know that all these fans are so interested in film personalities that they would come, you know, and even just look at your house and your shrubs. It sometimes is rather embarrassing.
I'd love to see your shrubs. Have you ever had anybody? I know you. I'm sorry for that. Any opening at all, I jump right in.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Lake Baringo is a body of water. Its surface is smooth as glass. But getting to Lake Baringo is a genuine pain in the ass.
Well, I hugged you a little higher, but I'll hug you.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
What?
which, are you right-handed?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't matter, but so they will
Where-
see.
uh-huh.
Now you take your knuckle and you hit it spot right there.
Oh, my God. I'm okay now. I'm out here. Mom, I'm on TV. For my friends in San Francisco, how are you? No. That should wake him up.
That's a laid-back place up there.
I never could stand my face, of course. It was just one of those things. No, truthfully. Never could stand my face. Directors kept me out of rushes because I'd be so depressed for days.
What didn't you like about your face?
I thought it was hideous. I couldn't stand it. Well, now I'm a great many years older. And I see some of those films. And I don't think there's any question I was the best-looking woman.
You're going out on tour for, what, 3?
3 months.
Excuse me, there's something flying around here.
Must be that mousse that you put in your hair.
What? You guys never had any girlfriends in there at all, did you?
Huh?
You were 4 grown men in that. You never had any girlfriends. You're out on that ranch all by yourself? I'm not...
There were a lot of rumors. A lot of rumors.
rumors about that. There were. There were a lot of rumors about the Cartwrights being homosexual. There were a great deal.
I didn't that. I was.
And I am here to set the record straight. We were not. Thank God Hop Sing was. But,
Now, the fellow you're fighting is, I'm not familiar with. What's his name?
Allison Rodriguez.
Now, is he a good fighter?
I hope not.
All right, well.
Are you going to be staying out here long, or just...
I'm leaving tonight. I got to drop the audition tape off over at CBS, and then I'm...
You feel you're easy to live
Well,
with?
I'm a Pisces, and we're very sensitive.
Yeah, what does that mean now? I was married to a Pisces once.
I'm sure you were.
Oh, I know.
Thanks for the memory. Sunburns at the shore. Nights in Singapore. You might have had a headache, but you never were a bore. So thank you so much.
Doctor, my good friends, this show would have been almost impossible to do, and it sure has been a hell of a lot more fun to do it with these two guys. It has been a rock for 30 years sitting over here next to me. And Doc, I got a letter, and we have been friends for 34 years. A lot of people who work together on television don't necessarily like each other. This hasn't been true. We've known each other 34 years. We have dinner together. We're good friends. You cannot fit on television. And some of the best things we've done on the show have just been, you start something, I'll start something. I got a letter the other day from a guy. Came from Television Guide. And he says, now you're going to find out if Ed McMahon really thinks you're funny. With your big laugh.
I do.
But you're going on, you're going to do your Star Search?
Yes, and if you're ever lonely and need a place to exhibit something, come down and I'll help you.
No, thank you.
It's been wonderful. Really, I have to say something. It's just a joy. I met you, we talked for 7 minutes. I just found out the other day there were 7 other people up for that job, and I got it. I thank you. My family thanks you forever. Thank you, sir.
And not only this man over here, there's never been a better trumpet player in the world, and television is going to lose the last big swing band in the world. And to say that this band is not hip is not to know the meaning of the word hip. Believe me, folks. The words young and hip are not synonymous. Doctor, what are you going to be doing? Concert?
Well, I'm going to be taking the guys out on a little tour. As you said, we may be called the X Tonight Show Band, so we had some jewelry made up. And get a load of that. Special stuff for us. But I'll be with the Phoenix Symphony Orchestra and the Buffalo Philharmonic. But before we leave here, I want to thank you, Johnny, for making life such a joy. And it's going to be awfully hard every night about that time when we hit that theme and you walk out there through that curtain. And I wondered if maybe once a week you could come into my house and walk out through the drapes in my living room.
I'll do that.
But anyway, the guys and I want to thank you for giving us a place to play our music.
Thank you, guys. Okay, now, I love you. You know that. This segment doesn't need any elaborate setup. These are just a few of the faces that have passed this way in 30 years. you normally see myself and Ed Doc out here in the band in front of the cameras, but like any television show, this has a lot of people, and I've had the good fortune of having a marvelous staff, marvelous technical crew, and all behind-the-scenes people who are very dedicated to the show and take great pride in it. And most of them have been here for a good number of years, so I thank all of them for making this possible. Now, we have never really let journalists come in and cover the show while we're putting it together. We always think the show should speak for itself. What we did, we got a camera crew, and they went around, and they just took shots of an average day, what goes into putting the show that you see on the air. So here is our backstage look at The Tonight.
Here's the rundown for tonight. Monologue, of course. Then Johnny does his last tea time movie, and Teresa Genzel is with that. After the commercial, Stevie Wonder, 2 songs. We close with Stephen Wright's stand up to panel and then do a promo for tomorrow night's show. And if you don't have any more questions, that's it for today.
Tonight Show.
Check it out, Mike.
Stevie Wonder is here, and Clint Eastwood is confirmed for the 15th.
That's good. Thank you very much.
Top one more time, it'll be straight. 1, 2, 1, 2. From out of the blue, there came to me a question. Kind of hear you answer, won't let you be. Question was if I was blessed with the gift of sight, what most of life would I want to see?
Jeffrey?
All right, sir.
Good name again.
That's great, huh?
Wonderful.
The studio holds 465 people, and we'll fill up every last seat. So if there's room, we will get you a seat.
Endless amount of mail Mr. Carson receives. Probably 10,000 pieces a week.
Alex didn't talk to you about this, did she?
Hello there, feature film freaks. Art Fern here with today's feature film.
That's it. That's a monologue. It's officially monologue.
All right, let's go with Johnny. Best seat in the house, I think, really.
It's about 5 minutes till 5. We'll do the show at 5:30, and we'll do it in real time.
Beauty time.
Basically, this is what John sees as he sits here at the desk.
Sexy?
Yeah.
Well, he's done my favorite song. I'll be singing you.
I'll be singing you, right.
Good evening and welcome to The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. My name is Jeff Satze. I'm one of the many producers of the show.
It would show up.
We got a minute.
We're back by a minute. It's coming here. Minute to go, no rush. Have we got time?
30 seconds standby playback.
Well, so what? Next time.
Okay, 30 seconds, John.
Oh my God, wait.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, music tape.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
You folks are here on a great night. Mighty Carson Art Players with Teresa Ganzel and the fine appearance of Art Fern in our Tea Time movie.
Thank you, Doc Severinsen, the great NBC Orchestra. Right now, it's time for a visit to one of the mainstays of daytime television. Making his last appearance on The Tonight Show, your friend and his lovable Art Fern.
Hello there, feature film freaks. Art Fern here with today's feature film. Woody Harrelson, Woody Allen, Woody Guthrie, Woody Woodpecker, Woody Herman, Herman Munster, and Dumpo, the Wonder Pigeon, in Heidi Suffers an Estrogen Avalanche.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places. This heart of mine embraces all the way through.
If I had realized this staff worked that hard, I'd have given them a raise.
What?
We'll be back in a moment. And so it has come to this. I am one of the lucky people in the world. I found something I always wanted to do, and I've enjoyed every single minute of it. I want to thank the gentleman who shared this stage with me for 30 years, Mr. Ed McMahon, Mr. Doc Severinsen, and you people watching. I can only tell you that it has been an honor and a privilege to come into your homes all these years and entertain you. And I hope when I find something that I want to do and I think you will like and come back, that you'll be as gracious in inviting me into your home as you have been. I bid you a very heartfelt good night.